Hey there, team. Welcome to Osgiliath. The ruins of Osgiliath, unfortunately. So, I'm getting more comfortable with my sort of abilities as a defender, but I think like ruined Osgiliath is definitely a challenge. I think that the fact that you cannot rely on sort of the walls, of course, the attackers can't move through these walls. In a way, it's even sort of better because they can't even destroy, they can't breach these walls. They can only come through the actual gateways. But even still, it's being exposed to arrow fire. It's kind of an Edoras type situation where you've just got nowhere to hide. You can tuck yourselves in here maybe, but I don't know. Like, whereas, say, as an attacker, I would just be pushing through this gate all the time. It's absolutely brutal because then any sort of defense has to be set up, yeah, like tucked around there. Oh, goodness me, it'll be rough. Anyway, so only reason I bring that up is because I am on the attack here. Playing as Canned, which I've not actually played as Canned since the new version of the game, and we did pass by some fancy boys. We've got our Blood Trolls of Canned there. So these are a newer unit. Well, yeah, new unit. They're only in this sort of new version. A few little tests coming up to that, but this is the first time that I've seen them. Oh, funny! Can we see through his mask? A little bit. You can see that little spooky face there. So yeah, I've got my Blood Rolls account today, so that's definitely something a bit odd. My Nurad footmen. Bulk of my army is Nurad, of course, brother to the spear. Nurad footmen again. Stormguard there. You can see I'm stealing everything. I'm jumping up to the front. I've grabbed some wind blades. I grabbed some wind blades because I'm never sure which side of Osgiliath I'm going to be on. And if I'm on that side, I really want some cavalry. Even being on this side, I'm sure I can get some use out of them. And if nothing else, hey, it's one unit. I'm not crying about that. Bird of the Axe today, I popped on armor upgrades for the boys so you can see a lot more face masks for them. Gives them just that bit more resilience, which I think is really, really cool. Allows me to sort of, yeah, mistreat them a little bit. And then I do have my nomadic marauders, no longer in that horde formation, so a lot easier to organise. And of course that brother of the spear, no armor upgrade needed for them. They are already very, very sturdy. Who has received an armor upgrade are my Variag warriors, my triple Variag warriors. I do love that sort of big pauldron, sort of much more of a, I guess that sort of Japanese aesthetic from that. I think it's really, really just dope, my samurai army there. And I've got the same with my Variag bowmen up front. They've received an armor upgrade, so you can sort of see the pauldrons, not quite as beefy as the Variag warriors behind them, but I think they're pretty dope. So again, on the attack, I'll normally always give them the armor upgrade, kind of for an aesthetics thing and nothing else, but it does kind of lift them up a little bit. To my left, I've got Winged Swordsman there playing as Isengard. He's got his ballista. You can see everything's kind of bundled up, but lots of raiders, Naz High. The Trolls of the White Hand, of course, and the Skirms. We'll see sort of his army later on. Hopefully we get a good view of that. Over here, Fowler, mad. So he is got his Numenorians today. He's got his Numenorian cohort. Behind them some footmen. Belegar footmen with double armor upgrade, maybe? Oh, did they move? I think they did. Yeah, Belegar footmen there with that double armor upgrade, giving that very sort of Numenorian look. Very, very cool. That sort of old Numenorian shield guard look they've got. So very, very spooky, very, very cool looking dudes. And quite armoured with that double armour upgrade. Is it double? Yeah, I think double armour upgrade. They really get lifted up from being sort of that quality militia to suddenly, wow, you know, yeah, we can punch some nasty guys down. Shield guard here, the Numenorian shield guard with an armour upgrade for that golden aesthetic. So really quite heavy on the armour upgrades for Fowler. Yeah, a very small, quite elite army from Numenor today, by the looks of things. I mean, yeah, lots of Belegar, but all the Belegar have got armor upgrades, and these every Numenorian, these two steel bow units, all golden, so it's gonna be messy. And again, alongside my much more swarmy Canned army and Isengard, that's gonna be tough to deal with. Over here, we've got Medexa playing as the Shire. So he's got his Shire Guard, some Proudfoot Protectors in the back, some Skin Changers, more Shire Guard, battling Brandy Bucks with those scythes, Hobbitry in arms, and over here is Shire Guard. Again, heaps and heaps of Shire Guard. Goodness, how many can you get before you go into the red limit with those boys? But either way, And probably some hiding units, of course, as you get. I can't remember if he's got eagles or not. We'll just have to see. Eagles on the open fields like this, or even in Osgiliath, you've got a bit of space to maneuver, so it could be an idea. Now this is the fear when you don't have walls. You really struggle to find places to hide from the Dragon's Breath cannon. Tribesmen there can even throw across at you. The Dragon Knights, Scion Rim, Camels, Immortals, behind them, Flag Rim. Tribesmen again. Armor upgrade for the Tribesmen? Nope. Nobody seems to be giving the armor upgrade to the Tribesmen anymore, it seems. And again, Rim. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say really it's worth it or not. It's probably not. You know, they've already got a little shield to look after themselves, so yeah. Defenders, we've got Cardolan, Gondor, and Dol Amroth? No. I don't think Dol Amroth. Who's the last defender? Arthedain? I think Arthedain. No, surely not. Yeah, Arthedain. I remember seeing some of that. I played this battle, oh goodness, it must have been like 2 weeks ago? At most 2 weeks ago, so still pretty fresh in my mind, I think. Something I will say, probably posted an announcement about it before, but now of course I'm going into the 0.98 battles. I am open for receiving replays, of course for 0.98 preferably. So feel free to sort of send those over to me. As you can see from this fight, doesn't really need to be themed. I'm okay with it being a bit of a hodgepodge, just as long as it's relatively close. You know, it's not. The way I always sort of say it is just as long as nobody's getting embarrassed. I'm fine with that. We'll have to go to 6 times speed. I thought 2 times speed would maybe be enough to rattle through it, but I think we took quite a while to deploy. Usually when I'm on the attack in Osgiliath especially, some maps you do have to be pretty careful, but usually I'll just deploy quite quickly, because you can always sort of shuffle around a bit as an attacker. But Osgiliath, especially when I'm on the eastern side, when I'm on the western side, no, I'm taking my time, I'm making sure everything's safe. But on the eastern side, I don't care. I'm going to approach you willy-nilly. I gave the defenders a bit of an option. I did, because I was the guy that was fronting up, I said, hey, look, you know, if you want to defend that river, you know, I'll let you. I've deployed my boys right here, but, you know, I'm a trustworthy guy. So I did let them know. I think it was Cookie was the Gondor defender. He was the guy I was going to be going toe-to-toe with, but he decided against that, which I think is generally a good idea. I think it's quite cool to try and defend. Oh, interesting. Could Isengard have deployed here? No, he couldn't have. I was just wondering, because I'm seeing the hobbits could have deployed something over on this side if they really wanted to. They shouldn't, I don't think, but they could have. But yeah, anyway. So I did say to them, hey, look, if you want to push out and hold the river crossing instead, because that's what people used to do. Yeah, and some people do get a lot of success from it, but I think with 3 armies bearing down on you, it would have been too much. He's much better off hiding behind those walls. Or staying behind the walls. I don't want to say hiding behind the walls. Yeah, definitely a better shout. Come on, boys. Almost 8,000 frames. Well, what we got going on here? Organising. Yet, check the description. And if this is your first time, of course, check the description. There should be some timestamps to jump to. Most likely just 1 timestamp today. Sometimes there's 2, but I think there'll just be 1 to just jump straight into the action. Which will just be sort of as soon as the deployment phase is over. Because I think things get underway, and you can see 33,000 frames, goodness sake. Quite short for a siege. The, you know, Shattered Osgiliath is usually pretty quick, but yeah. So anyway, yeah, let's go 0.1 speed for now, just so you can get an idea where people are defending and so on. Got the fully armored up. Now this is a 3v5, so we're going to see some powerful defending armies. A lot of upgrades getting thrown around on them. Double armor upgrade Gondorian archers, or triple armor upgrade Gondorian archers to make them look like that Marksman of Caerandros aesthetic. So very nicely armored. Down here we've got some Gondor infantry and the Axemen of Lasanak. Dunedain Troll Slayers, I suspect with that armor upgrade, yeah, you can see a lot of plating on them there. Very, very messy looking guys. And, oh, interesting. It's like they've got covers for their spears. Are they? Yeah. Or do they use like bronze spears? We'll have to see these guys in melee. Anyway, Arthedain Spearmen there. Again, massive armor upgrades for the boys. maxed out. Nimlothian Honor Guard looking absolutely stunning there. Is that... Have they had a new model? Or is that them with an armor upgrade? God, they look nice. Arthedain Pikes, again, max armor. Arthedain Spears next to them. This is Pepe here. Men at Arms. He does have his Knights of Numenor getting ready to sally out onto Hidden by the looks of things. Nothing else looks like they're coming out with him though. Some Numenor Gate Guard. Dunedain Rangers. The Trebuchet of Numenor, controlled by Cardolan, that's Lila there. Then Fountain Guard. Anything wild? Citadel Guard. Veterans of Osgiliath there, I suspect. Max armor upgrade, yes, as they would be. Down here, Cardolan Men at Arms. Greenway Garrison Footmen, or Greenway Footmen as we should say. Some more Rangers. Axe wielding afterward, those Dunedain Rangers. So a good bit of AP and melee once they've used up their ammunition. Tharbad Toll Keepers, crossbows, Merc crossbows. The Gatekeepers there again, armor upgraded. So I do like this real Arnorian Gondor alliance trying to sort of hold the remains here, and Tharbad Warhammers, and yeah, so it looks gorgeous and some power, certainly a lot of power in amongst it. Wardens of the North and Trollslayers. Yeah, you can't give Wardens of the North armor upgrade, can you? No, I don't believe so. Anyway, we will get to it. Yeah, can you? Because I don't know. No, because I'm sure there's a model available in Divide and Conquer for that, but no, I'm confused. I'm sure I've seen them with a chest plate on at some point. Anyway, we'll get underway. So I think the first thing that's going to be happening is this cavalry running out. It's already run out, but now it's running back in. Seen the Dragon Knights, just not worth it. Just Knights of Numenor will be victorious there, but Hidden will be more than happy to trade, especially if he can get some javelins or something over there. So no, pulling those knights back in. If I was Arthedain, if I was Pepe here, you'd really be tempted to request somebody else bring some cavalry as well. I think, there are some Merc crossbows, but those Merc crossbows are better off inside, really. Bit of a weird one, but yeah, you're better off sort of using them inside to get shots off. But I think if I was wanting to be sallying out, I'd probably want to do it with an ally, or with 2 cavalry units, maybe. But to be honest, keeping them inside, probably not a bad idea. You know, you've got such flat ground. This is all flat as heck. You can get some good charges off. It's fantastic. So we do have that gate getting pressured. Oh shoot, we've missed it. Have we missed it already? Sorry, we have, boys. Yeah, here we go. We do have some burning going on. My cat has just jumped down from my bed, which he's been settled on for about 5 hours. But so now is suddenly his moment that he needs to leave the room. So that's a nice burn. No matter how much samurai armor I can shove on my boys, they cannot withstand a trebuchet hit. Back here, no hits yet. But anything that we move down through here has to pass through this pretty tight choke point. So you see, I've started to pull my guys back, try to hide them, try to spread them out a little bit. I do not really want to take any more hits like that. Is what it is, but yeah. Up against an important sort of main line unit like that. No sir. Got my Varag bows heading up front right now. I'm really ready for them to take arrow fire. With that armor upgrade, with that shield value, they're built to take this range damage. So that's why I'm sending them up there right now. And with really only those knights, so the Knights of the Numenor, they have actually moved their way out. Looks like they escaped and they've moved around the Hobbit folk. You see 2 units of ruffians popped up there. We hadn't seen them before. Anything else? Bandabras archers, Hobbitry and arms, of course, and Longbottom mob as well. Tookish hunters as well over there. Yeah, I think Longbottom mob are, of course, any slingers and sieges are just fantastic. We do have our own firepower coming in. Looks like they're trying to burn Cookie's trebuchet there. Did a bit of damage to it, but that trebuchet is healthy. Very, very healthy. You see some damage has been done. Dear me, Fountain Guard. Fountain Guard taking that Dragon's Breath cannon fire, quite a lot of it. And dead Fountain Guard is not something we want to see. And over here, this trebuchet, Lila's lost 1. And the other one of them is definitely damaged. Yep, both of them are damaged. So that's a bit scary now for them. Can tank a bit more, but... oh dear. Definitely a bit messy. Use up a bit of ammunition already though with that cannon. Knights here. Raiders, dear me. Yeah, 1v1 up against the Dragon Knights. You know, I'm sure Pippi wouldn't want to take that fight, but it'd be a fight you'd win. But taking crossbow fire, especially if there's a few volleys coming into the backs of these guys, that's not fun at all. And see, this is just the issue with only having one cavalry unit to sally out with. It just really gets you trapped. There's nothing he can really do there apart from sort of run away at this point and hope that the attackers kind of forget about him. You know, if you're going to come in for a sally, it's great, but you really need to invest in it. Cheap sallies don't tend to work out too well. No, well, on some maps they can, but here I don't think so. Not unless the attackers are really just not prepared for it. More trebuchet fire coming in. Whoa! Now, you saw that. You saw that, right? That went right through this rooftop. That went right through this rooftop here. Absolutely burned up more of my poor Variag warriors. A bit painful, but again, you know, it's kind of what they're for. I'd prefer somebody else take the hits, but, you know, it is what it is. And now, this, though, is the take over here, yeah. Another burn. You see, I've spread my boys out just trying to limit the damage, but yeah, it's still nasty. And the Isengard forces, winged swordsman, patience. What is patience? He is just flooding in with all of his Urukai, and oh, we missed this, unfortunately. Mostly raiders. But that's a nasty, nasty burn. There, you can see the corpses of that. But just rushing on in. That ballista is advancing too. Very much a target-rich environment right now for that trebuchet. Variag bows opening up. Really, right now, I'm just trying to sort of pick whatever I can get. I think I'm getting shots. I'm definitely not shooting into the front of anything. Oh, I was shooting into the backs of the Nimlothians. I know they've got a damn good armor value, but hell, if I can shoot you in the back, I'm going to shoot you in the back. You know, negate your shield. Why not? Dragon's Wrath Guildsmen looked like they were about to lead the way for a minute. Camel's Immortals have taken a bit of a beating. Again, this is a bit of, you know, not having the walls is a problem for the attackers too. You can't really tuck yourselves in the same way as normal. Now this is, oh dear. Oh, he was coming in for the cannon, but Hidden had this sneaky unit of Shadow Guard just waiting. Very good. I was very impressed with Pippi there, that he's managed to escape around the Dragon Knights and the Raiders, but unfortunately, yeah, there was just a perfect Dragon Knight unit waiting for him. And all the while that he's focusing on this, his micro is just being pulled away. I would just get these guys inside at this point. Because they're a smaller unit now as well, they're going to be so easy to move around the streets. I think it's better to just get them inside at this point. Try and just shoot down those raiders at rate, you know, from with archers from inside the walls perhaps, but yeah. He's pulled away, perhaps wanted to avoid the dagger fire from the guildsmen. I always like this because it's a very narrow one. It's that little passageway through here is so narrow, so it's quite cool. I've of course waited for the brave Numenorians to lead the way. I'm more than happy to allow them to do that. I see. I'm a slow attacker. I like to skirmish away. I like to soak up the enemy fire for a bit. But no, my allies have gone in, and I think that for Osgiliath, because a problem we see so much, especially because there's 3 attackers on the east and there's only 2 on the west. You know, a problem we see so frequently is, dear me, these poor knights. A problem we see so frequently is that nobody's sorry, the 2 attackers on the west got distracted by those knights. The 2 attackers on the west use themselves up so quickly, and there's nothing left on the. Ooh, dearie me, good hits. And by the time the attack properly gets underway on the east, it's already done. So there was a charge here. You can see just how much the focus has been on trying to wipe out that dragon's breath. I understand it. This is such a powerful tool for us attackers to have, but I just don't think it's worth I don't think it was worth losing the cavalry for, because of how powerful that cav could have been inside. He's going to get one of them back by the looks of things. Oh no! Dude, what have you done? Could keep moving. Gee, we're safe. That banner carrier was just leaving that gate open for a minute. Perhaps holding it open, see if some of his allies could have made it out behind him, but no, unfortunately, he is alone. Medex is pressured in forward here, and again, this is a problem, because like Lila just cannot defend this gateway in a traditional manner, just because there's nowhere to defend. You've got to hold the streets. Over here, we're opening up. Ballistas busted open this door. Well, busting open a hole there. Busting open another one here in a second. We're gathering up. Of course, I was gathering up behind this wall, but now my cover is being blown to smithereens. Thank you very much, Isengard. But I am getting in the way of these crossbowmen, who have been very skillfully placed, ready to... Oh, I thought they were just going to start opening up right away as that collapsed. And you can see, I think we start trying to break here, but I don't know if we've got enough ammunition to bring that down or not. You can see a lot of... yeah, just arrow fire coming to and from. It's just a bit framey right now, because this wall destruction animation is quite a drain for the system. 5 for 3, so we are down, but that's not a bad thing as an attacker, of course. And all these poor immortals, I like the immortals, fantastic, and they're locked morale, so they're going to strike and smash away for a good while. But that pikeman unit is going to be more than happy to... Whoa! Okay, pikeman unit would have been more than happy to rattle them down, but that dragon's breath still active there. Getting a perfect shot right down this line. Definitely very, very painful for poor Pippi. And the thing is, the camels and mortals are locked morale as well. So if you end up burning some of them with the cannon, not really the end of the world. They're still gonna fight to the end. It's not like accidentally burning a few of your orc, your Uruk infantry, and then they end up running off. Veterans of Osgiliath again being pulled back, but getting shot behind by these raiders. See, the temptation for me would maybe be to get here, straighten them out, and start rattling shots back. But because you'll win that skirmish engagement, perhaps maybe that would probably be me just being a little bit too risky, perhaps, too bloodthirsty, I'd say. So you can see this is where do you hold? It's not easy. This is the problem for me. Like I think I'm an okay defender when it comes to quite simple defensive positions. When it comes to like things that make sense, it's like, oh yeah, okay, I'm holding here. I'm holding this position because this is kind of the only place I can hold. Whereas Osgiliath, when you're defending Osgiliath, it's you can't do that. You have to be much more fluid with your plans. So you can see here, coming in, Uruk-hai Berserkers leading the way. But I've got my brave samurai have arrived too, just to go toe-to-toe with the Gondor infantry. Gondor infantry versus the armor-upgraded Variag warriors would be quite a fair fight, but the true power here are those berserkers. My Variag infantry are really just there as just to pad those numbers out and keep those berserkers safe. Axemen coming in to sort us out. Yeah, they'll break through my armor quite nicely. Technically, I am a sword master. I did include the Variag warriors in my sword master video, but they're quite a cheap sword master. So we will be a bit more defensive up against those axes. Got my nomadic marauders there. Not really wanting to pour shots into this. Well, I guess I am. I guess that's exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, it seems so. I was about to say, surely I want to pick better targets than that, but no, I think I'm just opening up. Arrows coming forward. Not really. Again, I'm sure they'd be more than happy just taking those hits to the faces of the Arthedain spearmen. Everything else standing by over there, as well as the runic forces. They've gained a bit of distance. It's tough because you got that silver on silver, but it does look like the Arthedain forces are more than happy with an engagement right now. When the Flag Rim get involved, Flag Rim are already, some of them have gotten a backstab here, very, very good. But the Flag Rim should, with that AP, be quite a tough thing to deal with, especially because, of course, Arthedain lacks AP of their own. Very few sources of AP from those boys. These crossbowmen, I don't quite know what they're shooting. I think they're held right now. Oh no, they are shooting. What are they going for? No, that's... that is going straight into the wall. I think these guys think they can shoot, but they cannot. That's what, hey, you know, that's a good little win for the defenders right now. Oh, no, that's going up. Can they reach all... Oh, ouch! Oh, no! Shoot, they're getting into the gate guards. That is a stinger. That is a stinger for sure. No, okay, over here. And again, it's just all these little points. Like, I'm quite good as an attacker at finding these little, like, nooks and crannies. It's like, I can get a shot. I can get a shot there, can't I? You know, but as a defender, I'm terrible at noticing them. And you just have to be so vigilant when your micro attention is somewhere else and it's like somebody's just chewing away at your troops. Definitely hurts. Hobbits just standing by. It's good that, like, because the Hobbits, they very much are a... They do have numbers, of course, they've got a lot of numbers, but they can die quite quick. And so it's good that Medexa has been a bit quiet. Oh, goodness sake, he's got double skin changers here. The Shire-Guard, of course, running through. So the Tollkeepers here would do fine up against the Hobbits, even after all the damage they've taken. They do fine up against the Hobbits, but the Skin Changers is going to be so tough for them to deal with. And 2 units of Skin Changers. The Warhammers have arrived, but the Warhammers are going to be getting shot up like crazy right now. Let me just go to 0.8 speed for a second, because there's a lot going on around the field. You always want to, whenever you're in a battle yourself, you always kind of want to focus on your own stuff. Or I find I'm always pulled between two things. It's like, I want to focus on my own stuff because that's what I've got most to talk about. But I also want to focus on everybody else's stuff because that's what I don't actually know what happened. So it's like, sometimes I can neglect everybody else, sometimes I can neglect me. Nurad Footman coming forward, and yet Nurad Footman, we love killing Gondorians. That AP just chowing in. It's absolutely fantastic. But those Gondorians have got some good upgrades, and the Spearmen are there. The Arthedain Spearmen are messy to deal with. Citadel Guard coming forward. We've got a good push going on right now, but we don't know how long that's going to last, especially with the Trolls being pulled out of the fight. Over here on the left side, again, Numenor. I like that Numenor is just aiding us, you know, lending us aid here, there, and everywhere, just dotted around. That's absolutely fantastic. And it's down to me and Isengard just to pack on the numbers around it. So again, over here I've got my Variag Warriors. Lacking real AP on this front. We're having a bit more trouble up against the disciplined Arthedain and Gondorian forces. All that armour to chew through is so difficult for it. My Variag Bowmen out of ammunition. But coming on forward, again, decent armour value. They'll do their best. They'll do their damn best. Over here, got my Nomadic Marauders and sending in the Blood Trolls. Let me just grab a shot of that for a minute, just to, you know, make sure. Oofed! They burned somebody. Burned somebody over there on the middle. Oh dear me, lots of people are getting burned over here. Lots of friendly fire from Cookie, but a good blast into the Isengard forces. And I think that's why the Trolls were moved back. That's why we moved the Trolls back. This is a really nice position for the Treb. You're tucked in there because so nobody can really hit you from behind. You can lob the shots up and over this little position here. It was, yeah, definitely very good for Cookie to sort of find this spot, and also for being able to, you know, actually position his guys there. It's not just about finding the positions and knowing that your artillery can fit there. It's about actually being able to nimble the pathfinding into doing that. We've got the ballista opening up, and you see, yeah, the ballista can't really hit it because the ballista is like striking the building, but their Treb is going up and over the building. Yeah, because you can see the shots are coming from all the way up here, whereas, you know, we're needing to target them here. It was an absolutely brutal possession, really nice. And I mean, unfortunate for him, he's racking up so much friendly fire doing this. Goodness sake, Cookie. But either way, yeah, Troll Slayer's coming forward. That's going to be very tough for, well, of course, our Trolls to deal with. You can see we're getting the health. The Trolls are getting pulled out of that. We want somebody else to deal with this right now. Not a fight for us. Over here, though, my Blood Trolls, slightly smaller than the Trolls of the White Hand, of course. Less armor value from them, but they're coming in. trying to smash down these this heavy forces. I'm not really feeling a need to go too aggressive over here. I'm feeling okay with how the grind is going. That's why you're seeing the blood trolls are not really getting slammed in. Like, if I wanted to go for panic push, I could just shunt. But I was feeling okay with the grind. The grind was going in my favour. I was getting victory with certain across most of the lines, which, yeah, you know, I'm happy enough with that. Just keep the grind going. Over here, maybe I should have been a bit more aggressive, because you know, Hidden has started to go through a few more of his troops right now, but he's worn down the Arthedain lines quite nicely in return. And there is a push. Looks like maybe a push is going to be happening over onto this gateway. Still some ammo from that Dragon's Breath. How many hobbits are remaining, though? You can see the chaos. I should have been spending more time over here, goodness me. Definitely the chaos of these lines. We've got Pippet coming forward with some of those defenders, Fornostair and defenders, trying to sort of go toe-to-toe with the skin changers. It's just tough to match them. Longbottom mob coming forward, arrows, bolts coming flying into the hobbit lines. Those men-at-arms more than capable of going tearing down those ruffians in a normal fight, but when you've got a few skin changers behind you, it's that's not fun. Starbad Warhammers fighting side by side with the Wardens of Tir and Gorthad. Again, the skin changers just being such a menace. Gatekeepers here getting attacked by the battling Brandybucks. Certainly something they could deal with, but they need to be getting used at range right now. And that's where the town centre is. Very, very close. But as I say, the hobbits are being effective. The hobbits are racking up a tremendous amount of kills. But yeah, they're dying quickly for it. Sending in more of my purple boys to try and sort of break through this little gap in the corner. Just forced Cookie to send something else in. I don't really want him to, because the problem with these lines getting so thin on the defender's side, it just means that Cookie can be so free with his artillery. You know, we've been very beneficial with the amount of friendly fire that he's racked up over this battle, but if he starts getting very thin over here, he can just start dropping, just slamming shots in. And we don't want that. We definitely don't want that. Over here, the High Lords of the Numinous, a unit I've not actually used yet. But God, they are stunning, aren't they? Very, very nice, those boys. Just standing their guard, taking the occasional ballista shot, unfortunately for them. You know, that's another 2 shots coming in. Yeah, that's a stinger for Pippi. You'd maybe want to just get them stuck into a fight rather than taking artillery. Nimlothian Honor Guard having to come on forward here. I was quite happy, as I say, using my blood trolls just in the main lines, just, you know, Big Brother giving support to the purple boys. But yeah, the Nimlothians are gonna sort of, yeah, put a quick stop to that. Dunedain Rangers coming forward here. You're seeing they've got those little axes now. Well, little axe head maybe, but that is going to provide a bit of AP and again a lot of damage to my blood trolls when they get in there. But something that they don't really have a match for right now are my halberds, who are quite happy. You know, just chewing in right now. You know, that's all well and good. But we do have our archers here. We've gotten quite a big investment. Oh, one of my blood trolls pushed pretty deep. I think I was wanting to get them stuck into the Rangers or something like that, but they just, you can see a few of them push through, but they were just like, nah. And now with these Dunedain Rangers in that fight, nah, ain't happening. I think I had forgotten as well. The reason I wanted to get them stuck into the Rangers is because I forgot that they're axemen now. These bloody Dunedain Rangers would have blitzed my poor blood trolls. Not in the same way as they used to, of course. That used to always be the destruction of trolls, was just a shock infantry. But it still is nasty. Gamprim again, suffering a bit here. Halberd versus Pike is never fun. You know, you never really want the enemy to have a longer weapon than you do. So they are struggling as good as the Gamprim are. Silmarim coming forward, Flagrim in the back there. This Trebuchet still out all this damage from just that crossbow fire and so on. Some spearmen standing their ground here, not really able to, well, definitely not able to push out. Just waiting to see if the enemy's going to break through the lines. You can see over here the hobbits battling for those Starbad Toll Keepers, almost broken. But they managed to sort themselves out. Good for them. The sharpshooters look like they're being pulled back. Want to make sure this gap is plugged. Mark crossbows running free, just again trying to get their ammunition used up. Make sure that you I mean, they would have been beautiful if they could get close to the skin changers and just start unloading bolts into their backs. That's amazing, but I just don't know if they're going to be able to do that. More of these Dunedain Rangers, much more of a green look to them, as they are the men of Cardolan. But coming with those axes again, alongside the Wardens. Actually, one second, do they have a different looking model? Because they always used to. Let's just look at them and then jump over here to the Arthedain. Not here, jump over here to the Arthedain. Yes, they do. Very cool. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so they still do have that sort of green look for the Cardolan ones, but then the black look for the Arthedain folk. You can see Cookie, again, fighting tooth and nail here. Friendly fire be damned. Keep that trebuchet going. We've got the Fountain Guard sent on in. Citadel Guard on the right flank. Definitely going to be capable of finishing off the Trolls. Vanguard of King Elisar too. Very, very scary. So we've got a lot of defending elites getting sent on forward, and right now we don't have any elites apart from the Trolls, I guess. We don't really have any elites of our own. There's still 6 Berserkers. With how early those those Berserkers were sent in, it's very impressive to see that some of them are still alive. Kind of known for their ability to die on you quick, because that almost nil armor value they've got. Numenor Gate Guard sent in. That's something they were needing. They were really needing a pikeman over here to just outrange my halberds, start mowing through me, which that's now that that's here, that's going to be very tough. My wind blades in the back there just don't really have a target for them right now. Right now, Rhun is not able to push through there, but they breached this position. Flag Rim, Scion Rim coming forward. These heavily armoured Arthedain spearmen are going to stand their best, but they need support if they're going to be holding out this. But where is the support coming from? Trebuchets there, maybe, but something would need to get pulled off my front to come over and answer to this. Flag Rim especially, that AP is going to be very, very useful. Being a spearman, they don't just rely on their armour though. They've got that spear defensive skill. So they're going to stand their guard for a little while. But Hidden knows what he's doing. He is quite a skilled player, of course. The guys always make jokes when I refer to one of them as a skilled player. But they are. They know what they're doing. So he's going to get around that force at some point soon. Scots coming into the crossbowmen, chasing them away. Goodness sake, you can't even really tell what's alive and what's dead now. With all these corpses and the very sort of dark tone of the Isengard Snagga. A lot darker. The Isengard Snagga are an awful lot darker than the Misty Snagga. I like that. That's one thing that I really like about. See, if you look at the Isengard wargs, and then you compare that to the Misty wargs, and you compare that then to the Angmar wargs, there's a lot more lighter tones when you start moving further and further north. With the Angmar wargs are half of them, most of them are white really, or very light grey, whereas the Isengard wargs are very sort of dark brown. Hearthguard opening up. Beautiful bows, those Hearthguard. Really, really pretty. Absolutely love this unit. I will always take it. It may not be the sort of the biggest killer you've got, but that morale buff it does, the morale buff they give is very impressive. That's why I'm quite surprised it's so far back, but I guess Lila's just needing to plug gaps everywhere right now. And with that, with those Dragon Knights now inside, maybe they're not inside yet. Oh, they're trying to push in now. You can see that's been a very, the Flagrim have barely lost anybody from these fights, or from this fight. Dragon Knights pushing forward. Gonna get a few stabs in, boys. Come on, let's definitely kill this little group here. That'd be lovely if we could do that. And the Raiders are still active. That's still a beefy unit of Raiders. Even if they're out of ammunition, that's a lot of cavalry inside. Very well done there, Hidden, for getting those last few guys out. The Raiders coming through now. So that's a lot of cav that the attackers, us, that we've got inside now to deal with. Over here, again, Cookie's got his Fountain Guard up on the front. And we're kind of running low on troops. We don't have too much more to sort of send forward here. You know, footmen, archers. Oh, we've got the Shield Guard in the back and the Royal Guard. Oh, okay, good. We've kept the Numenorians safe. The Numenorians are still kicking about. But that's it. You know, I think I'm basically out of this. I don't think we've got anything. Do I still have? No, those are routing troops over there. Yeah, routing troops here. We don't have anything more here. So all we've really got is this elite Numenorian force at the end. Apart from that, it's just archers. Of course, the Numenorean shield bows, especially with that armor upgrade, the Numenorean bows are going to be tough to deal with. But everything else I've got is involved. Even the Storm Guard have come on forward. Had to send something good to go up against those Nimlothian Honor Guard. But proud Dunedain folk are holding us back. Still got some blood trolls. Is that just my last blood troll? No, four of them left. Oh, yeah, that guy's just about to get stabbed down by, yeah, that was one blood troll down by the Nimlothians that we just saw. Archer fire still coming in from Cookie. Returning, you can see we're shooting him back. Vanguard of King Elisar still active. Javelins coming in here, there, and everywhere. You can see we're sort of letting our lines get a bit thin because we kind of want to use our ammunition up against Cookie. But as I say, there's just not much to fill it, even if we did want to shove something up there now. He's still got a few shots with that trebuchet. Men-at-Arms coming forward here, but is it just too late? Troll Slayers have arrived, but they're sat on guard mode. Okay, they're getting their ammunition used. Just into, I think at this point, yeah, he's just wanting to thin the swarm. But there would be the temptation just to get these guys in melee, because these Troll Slayers in melee would probably defeat most of this, and then you can use the ammunition you've got at the end. That trebuchet, ooh, it's I mean, at this point, Lila's just got to take whatever shot is available to her. You know, I'm definitely not an artillery master by any stretch. I really do struggle with artillery, so I can't really make any judgments, but I think when it comes to that point, you've just got to take what you can get. That is the general over... Oh, that must have been the Hobbit general that went down. You can see, and in spite of the real chaos they caused, the Hobbit folk have been defeated over here by Cardolan. The Hobbit folk and the skin changers, everything has been slain. So that's going to be a lot of Cardolan forces that can come sallying forth to the centre lines shortly. To try and sort of deal with, as I say, those Numenorian elites that will just be about the last thing that we can be sending on in. I'm getting defeat is certain across most of my forces here, which is quite a surprise for my halberds, but I guess those Fountain Guard, those spears are just able to get the range in, just get stuck in. It's AP spear, so a halberd, I guess. They just use it differently. They're coming in with those attacks. Not in a phalanx formation anymore, so I was focused on the Vanguard there. Just chewing through as much armor grade as you want. Those poor Belegar Fitmen, they're not going to stand a chance up against the Vanguard of King Elisar. They're backed up by the High Lords of Anuminus as well. There's a real cream of the crop here of these Arnorian and Gondorian kingdoms. Or, well, I suppose the Vanguard of King Elisar is the United Kingdom by that point, but yeah. Numenorian cohort here. Getting stuck in. Then... Yeah, my bows. The Belegar archers involved there. Really, it's just providing defense for my Storm Guard, who, to be honest, I think my Storm Guard are actually getting gutted. Because, yeah, I sent them in there, because Storm Guard for me, like, top 10 bodyguard, I feel. Oh, they're still around. Ah, okay, good, I pulled them out. We might see this later. Oh yeah, I pull them out because I pull them around and I move them into the centre lines now. Because I feel okay with this. You know, I didn't really need them over here. I think if we're going to win, we need to breach through the centre. So that's what I've turned them over to. You can see, yeah, because the Treb needs to, oh, yeah, Hidden's about to reach them. Still, that's 99. The defenders of the Treb will do some damage. They'll hold the line for a little bit, but Hidden's push here, now that he's broken through this gateway, it's gonna be getting messy. Troll Slayers engaged in melee now. Yeah, maybe I definitely would have made a mistake if I had sort of gotten them out of if I hadn't used that ammunition. Still, they'll do all right in that fight. They should hold their own quite well. Defenders of Fornost, or Fornost Erin, yeah, nope, they had listed as the Defenders of Fornost for now. They'll gut the crossbows, but that seems to be what Hidden's trying to bounce. Yeah, you can see the amount of damage done from that charge. Defenders just have to be so careful now. Nothing can really be marching around without a spearman nearby. And this is where, you know, if we had pulled those Knights of Numenor back in, you know, we could have maybe been using them to catch units like that. Deal some damage. Nothing, yep. Looks like all of Cardolan took a quick step back just into this central keep. Maybe Lila was considering sort of just defending here, but no, you need to be getting together, so yeah, it's good. Merc crossbowmen coming forward again. They could catch something. They could catch the blooming knights for a minute, but not really what you want to use them for. Not especially not while they still have crossbow ammunition. Oh. That's one of the the announcer. He seemed to stop that announcement for some reason, but that was him just letting us know that one of our allies is gone. I think that was the last of the Isengard forces. Really, so Isengard came in flying right at the start, or it could be the hobbits. Both of them, of course, very, very aggressive early on. Oh no, it's definitely not Isengard. It must have been the hobbits. Yep. Burning now. Yeah, arguments could be made. Definitely burned up a lot of those footmen, but might have caught a handful of High Lords of Numenor. But I think he was probably targeting the crossbows in the back there. My nomadic marauders still with ammunition, as I say, coming forward now. Over here, just yeah, Fowler getting in amongst this position on the right. Just combat happening pretty wildly again in the streets of Osgiliath. Let me just move my foot mat. So doing a lot of shimmying here, so. Right. What I actually thought about, I was looking at some people had them. I thought about getting it's like one of those small treadmills. I think people call them like walking pads. You know, so it'd be like a small treadmill I could have underneath me. So I'm just like, I'd only have it set to like 2 miles per hour, but that just means that, you know, could be an idea. That's something I'll look into. Get my steps in while I'm doing my recording. Tribesmen, oh dear me, if those tribesmen can catch this, but it looks like Hidden's just got them, he's not got them set to fire at will, of course. And those Fountain Guard are gonna reach it in time. Oh! Well, we caught it, but... So he definitely gave them that attack order. They're on guard mode. No, they're not. Oh, no, yeah, well, they're getting engaged now. Maybe they didn't have much ammunition left. Yeah, no, you're seeing Hidden's gonna try and pull them out. He's going to try and pull them off to get that ammunition used. So Cookie's got to be on the ball. He's got to keep giving that attack order with his Fountain Guard to stay in there. Because the Fountain Guard will absolutely just slice and dice. Even vastly outnumbered as they are, they'll slice and dice those tribesmen. We can see the Steel Bowmen just about as good. I think their stats are basically the same as the Numenorian cohort, really. But that armor upgrade, they're going to be so tough to deal with. I think that brings them up to like 12 armor or something crazy like that. It's really impressive when they've got that golden look to them. Halberds here, pushing in, engaging the newly arrived Cardolan men-at-arms now. But yeah, they're winded up against our fresh. Some of my troops here are doing pretty good. I've got my brother the Axe involved there, just 22 of them left. Now this is something, just in case I forget to mention it before, you know, again, these men-at-arms hold. They do very well. You'll see what sort of gets slammed into them, but they do not buckle. Very, yeah. But supposedly, yeah, they do have like a chevron of experience, either at this point or they were given it. And, you know, that melee upgrade, of course, as you'd expect from sort of a 3v5 defense. It's always tough to know how to spend your money when you're a 3-person defender. You know, I think, you know, 4v3 I can kind of get my head around that. I can usually always spend and create pretty effective armies, but when I'm on a 3v5 defense, I really struggle knowing what to pick. It's not easy just to know or to guess what's best. Yeah, you can see the tribesmen did manage to pull back. They're getting some good javelin fire into those Fountain Guard, unfortunately. And Shield Guard getting around behind the Fountain Guard now. That was a break, which, yeah, to be honest, if I saw those shining golden warriors there, I'd be getting the hell out of there too. Even if I was a Fountain Guard. Gate guard there. Still some Varag bowmen. I sent them into the fight a long time ago, and they're still sticking. That armor upgrade does let them do that for a while. But you can see we've basically got like a full surround on these men-at-arms, and they're kind of happy enough. Shots coming through into just whatever we can find. Merc crossbows firing back. Yeah, just at this point, just shoot. Just whatever you can hit. Do not miss a shot, please. Some broken fountain guard. They're going to be providing a bit of a morale debuff to these men-at-arms as they run through them. Crossbowmen from winged swordsmen coming forward. Dunedain Rangers using fire ammunition there. You can see the trebuchet has been grabbed by the shield guard. Go back to 1 speed. Everything's pretty concentrated in this area now, so it shouldn't be too bad. How are we doing with, say, the... Yeah, you see over here, the Troll Slayers did get sort of rear charged. Troll Slayers are locked morale though, so they'll fight as well, fight as long as they can. Yeah, a lot of dead cav around them, so that charge was a risk, but Hidden, I guess, just really wanted to cleanse these guys down so they could free up these all those guys that are tied up. Yeah, there's a little holdout here with these Numenor Gate Guard, but it really is just this little circle of defense here now. Veterans trying to get that ammunition used up. Warrens of the North, if they've still got all of their ammo, and the Gatekeeper standing on top of each other though, guys, we do need to be a bit careful about that. But again, the men-at-arms are standing, and that's shield guard, that's AP coming at them now. But you can see, yeah, if you can afford to dish out a few armor upgrades, it doesn't take much to take just sort of a mainline man-at-arms and allow him to really clean through this, because 1 chevron will give them 1 more attack. 2 chevrons doesn't. 3 chevrons, I think, gives them another attack. But so if you give them that melee upgrade and you give them 1 chevron, if you can afford to do that, suddenly that's 2 extra attack they've got. And there's not much difference between, not much difference in attack value between sort of a mid-tier man-at-arms and a damn good one. But yeah, so they're grinding there. Shield Guard pushing through again. That's another pretty fresh unit of Shield Guard. And Shadow Bows again, more golden boys. Rattling shots in. Shadow Bows sort of the most well-armoured off the Ranger folk. Maybe not the most damaging, but definitely the most well-armoured. Only with a 7 armour value, but it's more than most. Over here, Hearthguard again. The defenders have got ammunition, they just need to be able to use it decently. The problem is, you're seeing the amount of arrows that are just going into the trebuchets. These are big blockers of arrows. Any pushes going on? Yeah, the Dragon Knights are getting around the side there. So it's just arrows. It's just arrows raining down everywhere now, really. No, okay, the announcer is again a bit confused. I think it's just because these knights are running back and forth between the centre. Triggering some of these guys, waking up some of these glitched out units is a good thing for the defenders, I suppose. Some Gondorian infantry that have probably been routed back here for a while. Oh, some dead Dragon Knights, that's quite good. Because there's a lot of spears back here, so yeah, I mean, if they accidentally bump into some of those spears and they get woken up, and that Ranger, Dunedain Ranger there, he's gonna, yep, that's another one down. These guys might even, oh damn, it would have been nice if they got 1 more kill there, but that's a bit of a shame for him. But you can see these pikes got woken up from Pippi. They are gathering and trying to chase down the Dragon Knights. But yeah, we flooded through now. The heroic line of Cardolan men-at-arms there was not enough to last forever. And now we're stuck in amongst the Warrens of the North. And it really is just sort of a final clash now with some of these elites. Hearthguard are going to do their very best. Up against the Steel Bows, man for man, they'll do okay, but they're outnumbered 2 to 1. Oh yeah, okay, no, he's going to say that. He's going to say back and forth that quite a few times, I think. These Dunedain Rangers, keep in mind, this is not the town centre, so these guys can break. But this, even though it's not the town centre, I think this is probably the best place to hold. You've got a lot of security, whereas the town centre, you're really quite exposed out here with what's going on. Down to 16 Dragon Knights. They're just trying to find a place to charge, that's all.
brave warriors have killed our foes.
We've dropped Cookie himself as part of the veterans of Osgiliath. Yeah, that's where I tend to pop my general too. So I like archer generals. Always quite cool for me, and especially archer generals that can sort of look after themselves, which I think the veterans of Osgiliath, is when you pop some armor upgrades on them, they certainly can do that. May only be a 1 hit point unit, but I think they're pretty damn capable. Warns to the north there, that's where I would put him if I was playing as Cardolan. Not Cardolan, sorry, Arthedain. Fowler, just keeping these guys back. Windblades from myself, I think they're basically the only unit I've got left at this point. I bled myself pretty much dry at this point during my attack. Dragon's Breath Cannon still active. Oh yeah, shoot! Oh, we missed it. The veterans did actually took a shot from the Dragon's Breath. Was that what we saw the general out? I don't know. But either way, yeah, Cookie's getting stuck in amongst them now. Or he's running past them, it looks like. Maybe he was just wanting to make sure that he could get past the Dragon's Breath before he threw himself in. Don't know what he's going for now. Any other last? Yeah, the Hearthguard will do their very best to the last man. We're getting some admit defeats now. I think, yeah, they could hold out a little bit long. Oh, that was, I think, Gondor admitting defeat there. And I think shortly we get some admit defeats from the boys. They could kill quite a few more. But the thing is, these elites will just take so long for us to clear out. I think we were just wanting to, because we wanted to jump straight into another battle after this. So that's why we admitted defeat. So they would have definitely killed another. I mean, even though it was some pretty damn impressive units they were facing, they would have killed quite a few more, I think. Now, when you admit defeat, it's funny. What do you guys do? I think, yeah, they just get back and they'll just stay routing anyway. That should be everything, though. Oh, no. We've still got Cardolan hanging around. I think the first admit defeat was actually one of the attackers. I think that was maybe why. Got a bit confused there. But yeah, Hearthguard standing. Slicing down a fanful more of the steel bows. Oh, trying to sit on guard mode. I think I'd probably just have them using their spears. I think they can do, if they were like armor piercing arrows or something, I could see using their ammunition, but I think you're better off because every shot is just going to go in front, one of the front of those the shields, the spear guard or shield guard. Oh no, steel bows even, but still it's the same shield value, or it's a very good one. So we will have a gander through here for a minute. Yeah, I pulled out the Storm Guard and I didn't really get them thrown back in. They were, I don't know where the heck they were. They were hiding back somewhere. Just waiting for their turn. The Brother of the Axe, okay, good. So they did actually rack up quite a few kills, but big investment, of course. So you do want to make sure that you don't get these guys shot down, even with the armor upgrade. Poor Brother of the Spear getting ripped apart. Holy smokes. What the heck did that to them? I would expect them to get a few more kills. Of course, they're spearmen, but yeah. My Nurad boys just generally doing their thing. You'd hope up against Gondor they'd maybe fare a bit better, but 161 for those halberds, that's nice to see. And the Blood Trolls, yeah. I think the Blood Trolls could have racked up a few more kills if I say use them more aggressively, but I was kind of more than happy just to have them stuck in the lines, just slamming with their like Tetsubo looking things. But no, anyway, so we had, of course, hidden with that cannon was tough to beat. And getting in with the Dragon Knights was very menacing, and the Shire-Folk just flooding in wildly did a lot of killing for us. It's always tough, as I say, that when you've got like a 3v5 defense, you often kind of want to have, say, an elf or a dwarf on defense. But I mean, Gondor, Arthedain, and Cardolan, they can all spend some good money. You know, they certainly can. But no, so that was tons of fun. Yeah, I'll record something else another time. But yeah, cool. Thank you guys very much, and I'll see you later.